first question is?
So, Barry, tell me, why are you helping to unveil the new Hot Rod stamps that the U.S. Postal Service just put out today?
I had to jump at this unique opportunity. I mean, the United States government honoring hot rods. I mean, come on, back in the 50s when the car hobby just began and hot rodders were being criminalized, you know, as street racing and all that. Come full circle now and have the American government, the United States government through the Postal Service honoring hot rods forever. I mean, I heard about it. They asked me if I'd come and help them. I said, count me in, absolutely, positively. Our Postmaster General is a car guy. A lot of car guys in the postal system, and they love hot rods. And what a privilege to finally give the deuce its due. It has been such an important and integral part of our history, our culture, and really all that's good about America. And so I jumped to I got the invite, I jumped to the opportunity, and I'm having a ball here today, being a part of this celebration.
And what do you think of the stamp? Did the post office get it right?
You know, the post office nailed it on the stamp. There's two of them actually. One features a black roadster with orange flames, and it looks very much like mine. And the second one is really very closely assimilated to the first roadster that appeared on Hot Rod magazine, the front cover Hot Rod magazine back in October of 1948. So they hit it, I mean, they hit it out of the ballpark, they captured it really well, and I applaud them for doing their homework.
And Barry, what do you think of this year's NSRA conference here in York, Pennsylvania?
National Street Rods here in York, Pennsylvania are always an amazing event. This year, no exception. I think it's going to be the largest ever. We're actually here on Friday. The big day is tomorrow. And quite frankly, I've been kind of here right by the stage all day and haven't got to mingle very much. But the crowds that have come up and the crowds that were around our celebration this morning as we launched the stamp tell me that it's going to be a special weekend, really.
So, question, what is your opinion on the demise of Speed TV and the subsequent changes at Velocity and MAV TV?
Well, it broke our heart when Fox made their decision to abandon the format of Speed Television, move over to Fox Sports 1. Financially, it made a lot of sense. I mean, there's a lot of sports fans and they're having great success doing that. But it kind of isolated us. They wanted us to stay on, and they treated us so well. We were the longest running show on Speed Television, and we appreciate how they treated us through the years, and they're still great friends. But Discovery Channel created this Velocity channel. And Velocity is a new home for car guys, and we moved over there, and they have treated us wonderfully. I mean, I love their programming. And a bonus for us, of course, is that Discovery is a global network, okay? So now Car Crazy Television is being seen all over the world. So it's been a really great move for us.
So Barry, tell me, how did you get involved into hot rodding in the first place?
You know, I was born and raised a hot rodder. I was born in Pasadena, California, Southern California, right at the best possible time. Just as I was turning, the ripe age of 10, hot rodding was getting its traction. And, you know, as a 10 and 12-year-old, I was reading Hot Rod magazine, and like every hot rodder, I mean, that goes back into that era, that was our Bible. And of course, on the cover and throughout the page of Hot Rod magazine was always the 32 coupe. And so, I mean, the first car I decided I ever wanted to own personally was a 32 coupe. And so I've been a hot rodder. So I've been at the beginning of hot rodding for its very beginnings to now, and then with our Car Crazy cameras, we go all over the world. I just shot a Car Crazy television show in Tokyo, Japan. Hot rods, a hot rod show in Tokyo, Japan. And so we see hot rodding all over the world. We're a part of it. We catch it with our cameras, with our radio shows. And so few people have appreciated being able to experience hot rodding like I have through the years. That's a great privilege for me, and so I think I, more than anybody else here in the property, are more excited than anybody else about this celebration of hot rodding by the Postal Service. I mean, it's been quite a day.
Well, given your long history with hot rodding, what advice would you give to someone that's interested in getting into the sport?
You know, it's amazing. Hot rods, you can spend $1 million, $2 million on hot rods. Or you can spend $1,500, or you can spend $500. I mean, the fun of it is in the build. Some people just like the build, and that's all. You can still get inexpensive hot rods. They won't be, they'll be rust buckets, But if you want to take the time and work on it over a period of years, most importantly, if you can do it with your kids. I mean, it's so wonderful to have a project car for your adolescents. How else do you keep your adolescents on track and keep a track of open line of communication with you? You get a hot rod and you have your adolescents, boys and gals, you know, work on the car. You have hundreds of hours of quality time with your kids building this car. And then when you have it, you celebrate together. You take it to car shows together. So it's not a lot of bucks. Watch our shows. There's a lot of shows on television now that'll tell you how to do it. But don't start big, start small. And you know what? The nice thing is whatever you buy, it's going to increase in value. You're not throwing your money away. So it's a great investment. You're having a lot of fun with it. What else can you buy that you actually make money on that everybody else can enjoy in the process? You buy the car, you fix up, you sell it, you get a little better one. And I know some folks, a lot of folks today that have real high-end hot rods that haven't done it with money. They've done it just with buying a car and selling a car and having the thrill and experience and really joy of restoring these cars and then passing on to other people. We're all kind of custodians, you know. We hold on these cars for a while and then we pass them on oftentimes to the next generation.
Excellent. So tell me, do you have any new Meguiar's products on the horizon that will revolutionize the industry for us?
Oh my, you know, our lineup for 2015 is already complete. I can't say what they are. You know, the market, I mean, every year we bring out these great products, but every year the retailer says, so what do you have new? You know, and so every year we have about 40% of our sales are new products. So there's this constant thing. It doesn't matter if you have the best product on the market. You got to bring out a new product for the next year. So we keep bringing out products in different categories and tools, pads, buffers, whatever. We've had a couple of breakthroughs here in the last few months that are so exciting. I mean, I just can hardly sit still thinking about them. But yeah, we have some really great products coming under the Meguiar's brand these next few months. So stay tuned.
Excellent. And what can we expect on the new season of Car Crazy?
Car Crazy. You know, we just keep having more and more fun with it. We're in our 18th year. This year we've just done some amazing shoots, not the least of which I mentioned going over to Tokyo. Moon Eye's Hot Rod Show in Tokyo, Japan. So much fun. Then we went to Helsinki, Finland, okay? And we captured a hot rod show, a large hot rod show in Helsinki, Finland. So those are two shows I'm particularly excited about. Then there was one back home in Southern California at a castle, the Benedict Castle. There's a Benedict Castle Concours going on there that celebrates a ministry called Teen Challenge. And it was the first show I've ever seen where they brought all genres of the car hobby together in one show. I mean, you had a Bugatti sitting right next to a really cool 49 chopped down Merc, you know, and you had all these different, you had a P1 McLaren right from customs came that morning. So you had Enzo Ferraris and it all. And so that's a really cool show. But every show we've done this year has been special. And I think you're gonna really not just like, but love every one of them.
Excellent. And last question, and this may be a hard question. What is your favorite car of all time and why?
Well, I actually, it's not a hard question to talk about my favorite car. It's my first car. And most people will go back, knee-jerk back to that first car. My first car is a 57 Chevy, black, hardtop, Bel Air. You know, I love that car. And when I drive that car today, I drive the car down the same streets I drove when I was 16. And I have a lot of other cool cars, and I love them, and people compliment me on cars, and what a cool this or that. But the 57 Chevy is the one I don't even have to think about. I'm 16 years old every time I drive it. I don't care what the weather is unless it's raining. Well, I don't drive it in the rain. I don't care how cold it is. I roll all the windows down, set the radio, and I'm living large. 16. Literally, the very same streets I drove as a teenager onto a little island that I live on in Southern California. To the very same storefronts where I can hear the engine bouncing off the storefronts. I do that today, only now I'm setting off burglar alarms along the way. But that's my baby, and it very easily said that's my favorite car, 57 Chevy Bel Air.
Excellent, Barry. Thank you so much for joining us. Really was a pleasure talking to you. Goodbye and good luck. Okay,
thank you for listening. And you know, hot rodders everywhere. I mean, we need to give back now. We've been recognized by the U.S. Postal System. Now it's time for us to give back. Let's go out and buy more of these Hot Rods Forever postage stamps than has ever been done by a collectible postage stamp in the history of the postal system, okay? Let's do that, okay? Let's make a pact of that. Let's do that and make that happen. Thanks a lot.
And we're clear.
Okay.
more to go.